Last video really, and I mean really, got quite some impact for being a gameplay of me dying, huh? I had planned to make gameplay for Gigi, but as you can tell I am rather late to this. I decided I'd do something other than gameplays, and I present to you all. But first, it's intro time. Now, if you haven't read the title or haven't guessed by the palette nor thumbnail, I'll be talking of my idea of how I'd imagine Dandy could be implemented into public access. Before I should mention that, yes, I know they've confirmed he's never becoming public, but I felt like sharing my idea anyway. Now, without further ado, and setting aside filler, let's get into the video, okay? Dandicus Dancifer. As we know, he's the protagonist. Because of this, he has 5 stars on all of his stats. That I wouldn't change, as it fits him perfectly to have this. Though, there's one issue. Since he's the protagonist, it doesn't make sense for him to be able to die. So how could we fix this? Well, I think a change that could be done would be something like making him tank more hearts but not infinitely, change his death effect, maybe getting to lobby or faking his death, tank all sorts of damage infinitely but dying immediately once the team's fully dead. Though, with this, we get to another problem. The third option would be too overpowered as you could just distract, which is why I'd consider that he's used to doom machines and be there. What do I mean with this? Well, he'd be ignored by every Twisted. If he were being chased, after some time, they'd lose interest on him for 30 seconds, making distraction unreliable for Dandy. To counteract matchups with up to 8 Dandies, only one player would be allowed to bring him into the run. This, to obviously prevent OP combos or cheesing. Since main characters count with 1 passive and 1 ability, Dandy would have them too, one of which I have decided. Dandy would count with an active ability called Loaded Dice and can only be used during shops. On use, Dandy rerolls the shop, having chances more sided to rarer items, removing commons completely from the pool on use. For passive, he'd use the previously mentioned, the host, passive. When Dandy's being chased, Twisteds will ignore him after 5 seconds, being unable to get them to chase him back for 30 seconds. If Dandy's hurt within the span of 5 seconds, the timer will repeat itself. I think that should be all for my part. If I left anything unmentioned, I'll leave it for a part 2. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in my next video.